Hello, my friend. I'm glad you are here today. Sit comfortably, take a slow breath, and allow your mind to relax for a moment. Today, we are going to travel back in time and explore the life of a woman who quietly changed the world. Her name was Queen Victoria, and her story is one of strength, love, loss, and determination. So let us begin. Our story begins in the year 1819 in the great city of London. Even in those days, London was already a powerful and busy place. Ships sailed from its ports across distant oceans. Soldiers protected the kingdom, and the British Empire was slowly growing larger every year. But inside a quiet room at Kensington Palace, something small yet very important was happening. A baby girl was born. Her full name was Alexandrina Victoria. She was tiny and peaceful, sleeping quietly in her cradle. No one in that room could imagine how important this little child would one day become. Victoria's father was Prince Edward, Duke of Kent and Strathern. Her mother was Princess Victoria of Saxe-Coburg-Saalfeld. They loved their daughter deeply and hoped she would grow up safe and happy. But life soon became difficult. When Victoria was only 8 months old, her father became very ill. Doctors tried to help him, but he did not recover. Soon, he died. Victoria was now a baby without a father. Her mother had to raise her alone inside the large palace. The hallways of Kensington Palace were grand and beautiful, but they could also feel cold and quiet, and the future felt uncertain. Victoria grew up inside the palace walls. The building was beautiful, with tall windows, large gardens, and elegant rooms. But for a young girl, it could also feel very lonely. She did not go to school with other children. She rarely played outside freely. Most of her life was carefully controlled by adults. Her mother and an advisor named Sir John Conroy created strict rules for her daily life. They watched her constantly and decided almost everything she did. This system became known as the Kensington system. Victoria did not like it at all. She often felt lonely and sometimes even trapped. But Victoria was also intelligent and curious. She spent many hours reading books and learning new things. She studied languages like French, German, and Italian. She enjoyed drawing pictures and writing in her diary. Every single day she wrote about her thoughts and feelings. Years later, historians would read those diaries and discover how thoughtful and determined she had been, even as a young girl. During those lonely years, she had one faithful friend, a small dog named Dash. Dash stayed beside her wherever she went. He listened quietly and comforted her when she felt sad. Sometimes, even a small companion can make a lonely life feel warmer. As the years passed, something important began to happen in England. The king of the country, King William IV, was growing older and weaker. Victoria was his closest heir. Many people in England began to realize something surprising. One day soon, this quiet young woman might become their queen. And then one morning, everything changed. On June 20th, 1837, Victoria was sleeping peacefully. She was only 18 years old. Early in the morning, someone knocked urgently on her bedroom door. 2 officials entered the room with serious faces. They bowed their heads and delivered the news. The king had died. Victoria was now the Queen of England. For a moment, the room was completely silent. Victoria listened carefully. She understood that her life would never be the same again. Yet she remained calm. She stood tall and quietly said 4 simple words: "I will be good." Those 4 words were simple, but they revealed her character. She wanted to rule with honesty, responsibility, and dignity. Later that same day, she met with her advisors for the very first time. They expected to see a nervous young girl, but Victoria surprised them. She spoke clearly, she listened carefully, and she showed confidence beyond her years. In that moment, many people realized something important. This young woman truly had the strength to be queen. Soon, Victoria left Kensington Palace and moved to Buckingham Palace. For the first time in her life, she experienced real freedom. She had her own rooms, her own schedule, and the power to make her own decisions. A new chapter of her life had begun. A few years later, another important person entered her world. His name was Prince Albert. He was her cousin, a thoughtful and intelligent young man from Germany. Albert loved music, science, and art. He was quiet and serious, very different from many of the loud men at the royal court. When Victoria met Albert, she immediately felt a special connection with him. That evening, she wrote in her diary that he was kind, handsome, and intelligent. Because Victoria was the queen, she had to be the one to propose marriage. And in